What's up, nerds? How you guys doing? Guys, girls, everybody else? Today, I'm going to be looking at xevoz. I think that's how you say it. Today is Christmas Day. I decided to record a little video and take a look at an actual unopened pack of xevoz, which, if I'm saying that wrong, correct me in the comments. As you can see here in the background, I already have some assembled. I bought these originally way back in the day. I believe that their date of release was 2003. There you go. And they were a modular set of toys where you could disassemble them, reassemble them. Like it was kind of, this was 17 years ago when I bought these. And at that time, of course, I was already a grown man. I was going to college later in life. Normally people go right after high school. I was going later, and I lived with my to-be wife in the dorms and everything. And so I don't remember buying these, but I do remember the packages. So what I decided to do was to go on to eBay and locate some of these, which is pretty easy to do, and to buy some, which is pretty expensive to do. This is probably, I think, $27 for a toy that originally, from what I've seen with original pictures, was like $7 or $8. So I do regret back in the day not buying a lot of these out of the pack, just buying a ton of them, because at the time I wasn't really in toys. I was in a band. We were doing a lot of, some recording and some touring and a lot of shows. So that was my thing at the time. I wasn't as much into toys. I was possibly more into toy trains and stuff, but so there was a gap in my life when I wasn't actively buying toys. But again, that was before really you could just get everything so absolutely easy on the internet. So let's just go ahead and open it. By the way, this is my new X-Acto blade with probably the most ridiculous. Look how ridiculous this X-Acto blade cover is. You have to put it in just right, or you're just going to slide right past it and poke it in your fingers. I don't know who designed this one, but it's absolutely ridiculous. If there's some use for that, tell me in the comments. I prefer the circular ones that just slide right over. But I decided to go ahead and buy one. Instead of keeping one, sealed in a box, which I don't really do with a lot of my toys. I open my toys. I actually look at them, play with them, paint them. I do all sorts of cool stuff. I actually, some of these, though, I do want to keep an original in the box. And I have a few. Oh, wow, I didn't know it came with all these. Already, I do not remember stickers. So this is really, really handy because I have this guy already in the background. I have 4 of them, 4 kits, along with actually probably 5 or 6. I have a ton of extra parts for all these guys. But I don't remember stickers. I think there was like a game involved or something. Like, it was a pretty rough game at the time. I want to say HeroClix was a thing. Earlier in the 90s and stuff, I'd play a lot more Warhammer and stuff when we played miniature gaming quite a bit, just for fun. We'd use toys in it and stuff. We'd just have fun with it. So this came out in 2003. I don't remember being that impressed with the game version of it, but those stickers are, for a 17-year-old sticker sheet, that's pretty cool. I'm going to be able to stick those on some stuff. So this is, I don't know if this is a particular, wow. So you've got all these like different rules and stuff, power glyphs, reading a power glyph. So this thing, I have a bunch of these. I think you roll them kind of like dice. You throw them out, and they form some sort of, look at it, it's an actual game and stuff. Wow, I'm pretty impressed. I don't remember all this. I do slightly, but I have a really good sense memory, kind of like a memory of textures and stuff, and I would remember a big fold out. I don't quite remember that. Again, though, I remember not being super impressed with the game. I think it was a pretty light attempt at a game. It was more to sell the kits. To assemble, you got to snap them there, as it's saying. It actually, this technique of disassembling, you learn that as you build with them, and then you get a little bit worried because you're afraid you're going to break it, but it's good to see that it's an official thing there. Then you have this little cheat sheet here, which is cool. Kind of tells you some basic stuff. So it's kind of like Warhammer, but real basic stuff. Customize it. You got all these nice stickers. This is really cool. Neo Sapiens Alpha Ranger. That's the guy right there. Excuse the dust on them. They do sit on the shelf. But now I'm glad I have extras because I can build a mega version of this. So let's take a look in the package. And and since I've already built one, I'm going to show you the built one here, and that'll kind of give you an idea. There's the things, you put them together in these little hexagonal shapes here, and then you roll it or whatever. Kind of an interesting concept, and whatever it shows, I guess, is your result. I'll have to look more into that. Let's see, what am I missing? Okay, so I got to get the front of it open first. Okay, so here it is opened. You can see the part my original ones here are dusty, but it looks like they're a bit faded as well. So I'm not missing too many parts that I can tell right now. There's the giant gun. It does have some nice silver. You know, seeing it, I think I'm going to do a wash on these. There's the two different heads, which I do have those. This might be like a special part of the dice game thing. Honestly, I could have left this in the package and but you know, I do keep all my packages for my toys. What I end up doing is I have several large drawers. There's a whole project I have where I basically keep and file everything in my life. It's a long story. Maybe I'll do a video about it. I have done a video years ago, so maybe I'll do an updated video about it. You know, so I keep all the packages, I flatten them along with like model boxes and everything. I'm sure everybody else out there does it too. But this is basically the figure. Now, this is my original one that I bought 17 years ago, 2003 or whatever it was. What I like about them is that as much as I've messed with these, they're still really sturdy. Their joints are still really, really tight. It's a nice flat plastic. So if you wanted to paint this gun, for example, which is a cool looking gun. I mean, you could probably use this in some other model kit even. You could just use a wash, you know, on the silver and everything. But if you want to paint something or customize that, it's got this nice flat texture to it. It's going to hold the paint really easy. You might want to put on a little base coat or whatever primer on it. But it's got these neat, interesting little aspects here. Same with this robot one, which is probably my favorite one, honestly. It's got this multi-tool thing, and I should probably buy an original one of this robot. He also shoots these little things. How does it do it? I can't remember how. Anyway, I'll mess with that. But it shoots out the little missiles. I would love to see if there's a warning on his package about poking those in your eye or whatever. But they're just a basic ball and joint, you know, building thing. But what you can do is like what they're going to pop it off like that, and then you can pop off his leg like this, and you can pop the leg back on this way. Sorry, I'm looking at the phone. And then he's got a robot leg. So just a really, really cool, pretty basic as far as joints and, you know, design. It's a pretty basic, you know, a modular system that is pretty easy to understand. Since they have everything on ball joints and stuff, you get a lot of range of motion. You can do a lot of poses and whatever else you want. I tend to like to pose my figures and stuff literally just standing there. I don't necessarily like action poses. I don't know, I just like them to be kind of presented like that, like a standard thing. But I bought this one because it was, I think the cheapest one I found was this particular, you know, unboxed or you know, still sealed in the box, xevoz. But I'm not sure if these led to something else. They seem like this kind of modular kit came from, let me see the paperwork again. Stickfas, is that what they were called? Was Stickfas? Remember those Stickfas? Was that them? And they sold for a while. And Stickfas you can find as well on eBay as well. But you know, you can find a lot of them or whatever. From what I understand, they're still pretty expensive. Now this flamey guy here they show, I actually really want that one. I think I saw him and he was pretty expensive, but those flame effects are really, really cool. But again, this is about 20-something dollars. I got this, I don't know if you would call it, oops, sorry, I got to focus there. I don't know if you would call it vintage or what, but I got this 17-year-old toy, you know, in a package, an original package for the same price that I got one of those small hexagear governors. So just gives you an idea of why you need to still investigate older toys if you're into a certain style or whatever, because you will find all sorts of cool, focus now, find all sorts of cool stuff, you know, from the 2000s. 2000s were a great age in toys because they really got, it was when toys really started, late 90s, 2000s, when toys really started to get you know, engineered and designed really well. So, but that's just a quick look at xevoz. I wanted to show you some of my collection here. I've got probably 3 or 4 more. I've got them all disassembled, and then occasionally I'll assemble together in the original kits, and then and then I'm going to mix them all together and probably make one giant one. It's just a really fun modular line. If you could pick one up on eBay, I would definitely do that. So, but check it out, xevoz, huh? Not bad. Talk to you later.